Okay, Virgo. Let's see what we got for you. We have physical activity at the bottom. It's a 67. Yeah, these are a lot of numerology cards. Okay. I'll just be doing shit. It be your own kind. The only ones that I see right now are 13, effort. This transformative energy here. We have 41, discipline, self-discipline. And we have 66, healing, but it's inverted, right? What I'm seeing right now is you've been in a state of healing for so long that when you've actually healed something and it's done, it's sometimes hard to finally just release it, like a final hurrah, tossing it away. And whatever this particular thing is, you have healed it, but it's like sometimes you go back into it to see if you've done enough healing in it. And it's like, you don't have to do that. You're actually finished with this project or whatever, but you keep trying to tweak it. Like maybe there's something else you need to do, or well, no, you've got it. You're done here. In other ways, it's like the effort of self-discipline, the efforts going towards self-discipline that are coming in, it's like there's certain things that have yet to be disciplined within you and around you, and you know what type of healing journey it's going to take you through. You just don't know the details of it. So you're like, am I at the point in my life right now, like, will I be able to handle the healing while I do my everyday things? Or is this one of those healing experiences that's going to knock me off my rocker, fuck up my work routine, changes in my mood, my eating habits? Are they going to falter because the healing will be so intense that it's jarring and it will affect your physical environment? So you have to be careful putting off the healing, but also going through the healing. You'll have to do something to release the energy, which is this physical activity. You'll need to walk it off. Or if you already walk because you work in a capacity where you have to do walking, you may have to start doing something else. Like even if it's just repetitive motion, it doesn't have to be you lifting anything. It doesn't have to be you going anywhere. It doesn't have to be you trying to implement a gym membership or anything like that. But one simple little thing that you can do every day that counts as physical activity, even if it is walking the trash. Like say you have to drive to go drop the trash off, maybe you'll walk instead, or to check the mail instead of driving past the mailbox and checking it, then walk to the mailbox. Let's see what else we've got. Karmic completion. You're done healing this. That's what I was getting, that you're not in a state of healing. It's not current. It's you have healed this thing, and you keep going into it. You keep it's like you completed an essay or something, you go back over it to revise it, you keep reading it, and it's nothing that needs to be changed. It is the final product, but you're still finding fault in or looking for error in the completion of something. It's already been graded and everything, and you're looking back over it again. Patience. You know, after every completion of a cycle, there's a new emergence of another. Karmic completion is a 10. 1 plus 0 is a 1. And you have patience, which is a 2. So there is a lull between the end of that healing cycle that you just went through, that phase. What's underneath this? Teaching and learning. Teaching and learning here. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe because you know that the experiences that you're going through, that you're healing through, you're going to have to regurgitate the step-by-step process in order to provide a guideline or some type of blueprint for others to follow in your footsteps to heal whatever this particular trauma was. And it's like you're trying to extract or get as much information out of it as possible. Like maybe you missed something, or maybe you don't have a complete lesson. Like you're forgetting the steps that you actually took, or looking back at it and kind of assessing what parts were of karma and then what parts were of my perception. Like what was actually of karma and what was actually my normal growth. Because you have your regular evolution, but then you have the evolution that comes after a karmic completion. And those are two different types of upgrades. Those are two different types of lifestyle changes. You can change your eating habits or the types of things you buy, types of things you spend your money on, right? But it may not necessarily be a karma related thing. It could just be you upgrading your knowledge of personal finances. So that is not the karmic completion that is here. So it's almost as if you're confusing the two, what you actually completed karmically and what is just a necessary transition in your life. After so many years, you're getting better at the everyday mundane things. You're and it doesn't even have to be routinely like they associate with Virgo, but it's just like you may be switching up something because you're just tired of doing it the way you've been doing it. That's not necessarily a karmic completion. That's just you're growing out of the level of maturation that you previously were at, and you're developing intellectually, physically, spiritually, emotionally in different ways, and this is just molding you. This is just bringing you out. So it's not having to do with karma per se, not as a cycle, but what happens is there is reward that comes from the imprint that you have with these changes for yourself. So they do connect to karma, but not in the way that is cyclical and cynical and those character building experiences. Well, we have surrender. You have to know that you went beginning, this red chakra, to end, crown. Like you've completed all the necessary stages of this. This too, this 91 is 9 plus 1 is a 10. It's bringing us back to that one energy of karmic completion. You have to let the lesson go. You don't have to do it again. So to hold on to it, or it's like writing an essay for something or submitting something, and you know that you won't need it again. I mean, you have acquired what you need to acquire from it, and it's not something that you'll have to reference or go back into your Rolodex or your file folder and pull out for, proof that you did it. It's like magazines. You have books, you can read them, you can put them up, you can read them again and learn something new, or reference them later. Magazines, they can have the similar effect, but after so many years of collecting magazines, if they get delivered to you monthly, or you buy a certain magazine, or they just pile up, and now they're taking up space. And it's like, yeah, you read that one article and it was cool, but do you need to keep the whole magazine for another decade? Like, this is the idea I'm getting. Something is already done, it's over. The issue is outdated, and now you're moving into a new season. There's new issues to handle. Completion. Number 9. Self-love. It's a 61. It's in the reverse. And this is what I'm talking about. This healing is this self-love, right? When I said you completed it, it's like your mind is trying to catch up to the changes you've already made. Like, you've done it. It's done. It's not something that it's something that you always have to be cognizant to keep at the forefront of the mind. True enough. But the thing is, you've learned the lesson of self-love. So if it were like this, this is what you would be healing. This is what you would be learning. This is what you need to be doing. The thing is, you have done it. And the thing that was almost like a blockage is completed, though. If I look at these numbers, they're 9999. That's it. Like, you've gotten to the point where self-love is a constant. It's no longer a variable. It's no longer something that, oh damn, I forgot to put the self-love on my skin this morning. No, it's in you. It's not on you. So now it's a part of your makeup. It's not something that you have to look at like, damn, I don't even have any. Like you're not without it. It's within you. Let me keep going. Self-love could have been a very tough subject, especially if fault finding. People have always seen certain things in you to a fault. And this was because you were supposed to see it coming towards you, and then later on notice that you're doing it to others, and then find the balance in the middle, the difference between criticism and constructive advice, or observation. It's someone else's voice has taught you to be overly critical to yourself, and this is where the pattern of you doing it to others has come. So now you transcended the lesson of self-love, because it wasn't something you were taught. And that's what you were healing. You weren't taught to love self. You were taught to love things, people, and places. And it was, damn, hermit. So right there. So you're getting a better handle on what this was necessary for. But like I said, you've completed this lesson in healing. And now, I don't think if you would have started the physical activity before, it would have the same effect it has now. Devil in reverse. I had to show that. But I don't think it would have had the same effect or felt the same way on your skin. You're over that shit. So now, because you can only do so much at a time because of how occupied you keep yourself, whether it is just with your alone time or what you're studying or what you like to do, now you're making room for more changes to kind of replace what you're letting go. This physical activity is going to come in, and it also is going to help you tackle another karmic completion. So if you've been, like, say you love Diet Cokes, and you're like, well, it's diet, and it's not really, we're not going to talk about the additives or anything like that. I'm not going there. But what I'm saying is, maybe you know in your heart of hearts you don't want to do that anymore and you want to stop, or that you eat a particular snack, or you don't eat breakfast, or something like that. You're going to be able to, okay, you're going to be able to make the change now that it's subtle, and replace something with a better conscious habit. So it's physical. It's what you're reading, it's what you're listening to, it's what you're eating, it's what you're using, even on your skin. It could be products, it could be whatever, the type of clothing you wear. This is relating to the inside out. That healing, it's completed. Now it's in reverse. It's done with. You don't have to heal this particular thing again. But now you're advancing one level up to 67 to implement a physical activity. And like I said, it's going to be changing something. It was a matter of time. It was only a matter of time. But I feel that that isn't something that you could have judged. That's not something you could have accounted for. It's not something you could have quantified. And therefore, it seems like this stuff took so long, or while it seemed like it was dragged out, it was actually exactly when you needed it to be. So you had no control over that at all, but you felt it. You could feel it. Like Phil Collins, you could feel it. Brand new you. Brand new you. I like how I only saw 3 cards, and I just knew. I just knew. Who is this? Knight of Cups. One more. And then I'll go to the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Because we have this Devil reversed here, and it's not separate from what's going on spiritually. You're very much there. Oh, somebody needs you. Somebody needs you. That has left you hanging. This is why, okay, this may be why you're getting the feeling that it's not done. The healing's not done. The healing is done. The karmic completion has happened. But now it's like you're being asked to recall. You're being asked to recall, like, now what's the moral of the story? Because when this person emerges and they're in a state of needing your assistance, they're not a part of the moon. They're energetically, you got this though. Like, you're not going to allow it, because you're in a state of teaching and learning. You've learned what you need to learn. Now you can teach it. And this person, when I said you went through the transformative period with this effort card, you put in the fucking work. You really did. You really did. And nobody can really see what you did or how you did it. But just all they need to know is that it's done. So when they come back, because now they need your help, they need something that you give, even if your name was defamed, even if you were made out to be a person of low moral character. We know different. Everybody knows different. But now the person who bit the hand that fed them is asking that hand to help them. They're literally stuck. It could be car trouble. I don't see the Chariot here, but it could be car trouble. It could be a home. The Tower is a home. It could be their electricity. It could be because the moon. It's like being in the dark. And the Tower is a very, very dark card. But it's now this surrender, and the effort is under is the devil reverse is underneath it. So it's looking like they're gonna have to make an effort to surrender their ego, their pride, their, because I did see the pride card when I was shuffling. They're gonna have to come to you very fucking humble. And being the Queen of Pentacles, you know what humble is. You have been humbled more than a little bit. So now when you're at the point of knowing what self-love is and having healed that, and you have this self-discipline to not parade it, just you simply celebrating yourself, or just you simply showing yourself in this healed way, makes it seem as if you're conceited. It makes it seem as if you're just, you think you're hot shit, when really you are and always have been. You were just the last person to realize it. They knew what you were of, what you were capable of, what you were made for, or what you may offer. And it was something about that. If this person knew how dope they really were, they wouldn't sleep on themselves like that. They wouldn't diminish their ability like that. They wouldn't be so closed off. They wouldn't be so shy. They wouldn't be so whatever. But because they are, it's beneficial. It's beneficial to those who have capitalized on it. Definitely. And the only Pentacle card now I see is the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. And it's you in both of them. You're in a position to give now when you have always been in a position to give. And it's asking, like, for what though? Like, are you, like, because your intention when you gave in the beginning was the same as it is now. So now they're the ones who have to humble themselves, where you have always been humble, and they're seeing that there is no difference between now and then when you gave. It's just that you didn't have the wholehearted ability to love yourself through and through, to understand that you even may have known that you were being taken advantage of, or that people doubted you, or and they only could doubt you as they could only doubt you to the degree that you doubted yourself. So they were just reflecting what you were internally grappling. So now that you're there, you're there and you have arrived. Now it's those same, if they're in a repetitive motion, if they're still in their their own personal karmic lessons in reference to you, or the type of energy that you possess, or the humble nature, the patient nature, if now they're having to learn, I'm getting the Strength card in my mind, where the woman has the lemon skate around her head. That always reminds me of Virgo. She's got the same roses that are here and that are over the Magician card draped around her waist. You understand? And it's like she's having to always, that goes back to the bite the hand that feeds you reference, in that she's trying to, like, okay, it's okay, trying to teach this uncultured freaking person who's spiritually pinging. Like, I got ricochet when this card came out and hit me in my damn face. It's like it's a blindsiding type of energy, but it's like they're pinging and ricocheting all over the place. And now that they have run out of gas, or again with the card reference, or run out of some type of resource, they know that you know how to handle it humbly. They need your wisdom. Do you give it to them? We will see. Teaching and learning. The Hierophant again. You are who you are. Five of Swords here. But now you're in the position to flex those muscles. Yeah. Like, yeah, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I did then too. Like, you don't have to give them humble to the point of docile or passivity. You can be humbly fucking correct judgment, because they're going to have to come correct. Why? We have the Lovers, the Magician, the Ten of Wands. It's like you really are burdensome. Like the way you show up in my life, the way that you come in and, wipe your dirty, muddy shoes in my temple, in my home, in my life. You come and leave debris, and I'm left to clean it up, heal it up. I learned the lesson now. So now you have to come bare into my environment. You can't come as you are. You need to come how I'm accepting it. That's the difference here. This is not the house of, this is not the church. Come as you are. This is my home. This is my heart. This is my life. This is my environment. And it's got to be a certain way. And if you don't like it, in my humblest opinion, you can get the fuck on. Because you came and traipsed and took advantage and, and it was necessary. I learned my self-love. They need to know none of this. Like, you don't have to go and explain. Just say, take your shoes off. Wash your hands. Go back and do it again. Or just whatever it may be. If they're coming at you falsely with the Knight of Cups, and it's, trying to be sweet and trying to, trying to get in your good graces. We're not there. I love you, but we're not there. Family, friend, lover, I love you, but we're not there. Magician. And I was talking about how in the tarot, in the Rider-Waite, he has the border of roses around him. And he doesn't in this card, but he has balance. He has Mars and Venus on the table. Etched. So who's going to be the burden? But somebody needs you now. They need you now that you have healed. Now, when you were healing, there was no mercy. There was no giving you the space to do that, or they kind of took advantage of the fact that you were not in a wholeness. And now that you've reached the completion, you surrendered, you reached the karmic completion. You have completion twice. Like, it's whatever it was, it's like it no longer has a hold on you. The Wheel of Fortune has freaking turned another notch. And it is a 10, like straight up. Oh, did I say strength? I was talking about strength. So let's see. Is there anything else? Let's see. Show me Tower. They need you. They need you. I said it had to do with the home. I said it had to do with, somebody being in the dark. And right before the Six of Pentacles is the Five of Pentacles. They needed you. They need you now. They didn't know that they needed you then. Or they didn't know what they needed of you then. But whatever you were willing to give out of a wholeness, a complete healing with the self-love, you may have been giving still with that, like a martyrdom. You were still giving because people are supposed to be given too. You understand that to receive, you have to be able to give. But the lesson is to not give so much of yourself that you're left with nothing. That was always the fucking karma. That was always the fucking plan. You're skilled with healing. You're skilled with helping. You're skilled with service. And these are the things that you have overextended and overexerted yourself in to the point of depletion. Now you have reached the completion. And now it's time for them to come right. when they come to you, because their lesson is to not take, or not to take for granted. Precisely. It's exactly what it was. They're going to come in Page of Cups and Ace of Wands. And when I picked up these cards, it was like this. So we have Judgment again, but we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. They're going to come in trying to swoon, trying to get in your good graces, like I've stated. Hierophant again. Lovers again. Hanged Man again. Okay, what is this? Chariot. I said something about a vehicle. This shit was sideways. Lord forbid it's not an accident, but maybe it's something to do with paperwork or licensing or tag or something of that nature. Show me this Devil reverse. Justice, paperwork, legal. Seven of Swords reverse. They can't hide from it now. And let's see. Show me Ten of Wands. Ace of Wands sideways. You see it. But you have the newness. That's a 10. But we're the reduction though. It's a refining. It's a simplifying. We're not taking things in improper form anymore. Like it has to come simple. Simplest freaking form. Why is this Lovers here? Got two choice cards back to back. Show me one for Judgment. Oh. I got two for Judgment. This is how they see you, or this is how you're showing up, right? No fucks given. You have a lot of red in this spread. This is what the Lovers is. Don't know what to do. Can't let go. Can't move on. Don't know what the next step is. They're really at a loss. 4 of Pentacles to 5 of Pentacles to coming to this 6 of Pentacles situation. That was a lot of jiggle. Needing something that you have always had to offer. Because not only did you always have it, but now you're showing. And not in a flaunting type of way, but you're showing up and you're showing out. So it's the Virgo energy that was always there. Virgo is a very dope sign. It's a very outgoing sign. It's a very open, communicative, social sign when healed. They do love their alone time. They do love their privacy. But I'm telling you, the outgoing nature of Pisces, when they could be the life of the party, when everybody loves them, and you see the jovial nature of Pisces outward, they need the lesson of going inward. Virgo is the opposite, where we're always inward, and when we emerge, it's a wrap. And that's not... It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So now, it's like you're trading places. You're trading places. Hangman, Tower, 5 of Wands. I can't. 5 of Wands, right? That's all they've got. So this tells me, this confirms for me that you're the 6 of Pentacles. Not only is it 6th house here, but it's got those Libra scales. It's got the scales of balance, which Virgos know very closely. Now, in sidereal astrology, Virgo is the largest constellation. So even Libra, early October, late September, early October is actually, because we've always been going off of solar, tropical. But when you go sidereal, you're looking at the moon and the actual degrees of the constellation. Virgo is a very big sign. It encompasses more of, more than any other zodiac. And then with sidereal, you also have ophiuchus. So that diminishes the other ones. It brings them down to size. When you were looking at true size, Virgo is the biggest of them all. It's just they play a very big role, but their accumulation of the fame of it, or for the notoriety of it, is very humble and very small. They do a lot of things that other people don't think to do. They account for details that everybody overlooks. And these are the things that even when they're done, they go unnoticed. And people can easily take that stuff for granted. But the moment they're not there doing it anymore, where's Virgo? Virgo was, who did this, or why is this? It's like, damn. The only thing different is Virgo's gone, or Virgo's not here. Anything else? Show me this Two of Swords. You have to teach them a lesson. Something that you had to learn the hard way, you're going to have to teach them. And if they can't grasp it, it's on them. They're going to hate this. I'm telling you right now, they're going to hate the fact that they can only learn this through you. They're going to despise it to the depths of them. That Knight of Cups. King of Pentacles. Five of Cups. They're going to despise it because they can't ascend into the next lesson or the next stage or on a mundane level. Get to the other side without first conferring with you. So they bit you. They bit you. But the one thing that you have that other people don't, you got this Seven of Wands, King of Pentacles, and Tower. What they don't have is your compassion or your capacity to comprehend this shit. They really don't. It's 7:17 on the clock. Oh, they're gonna hate. The one thing that they cannot learn on their own, they have to learn through you. But they shit on you already. Damn, Virgo. I can't say that I'm surprised. That would be a lie. This is something I've always sensed. I've always known. It could be a father figure. It could be a sibling. It could be a friend. It could be an old love interest. It could be a new love interest. But you've always been aware. King of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Emperor. Ten of Cups. The Knight of Cups is really the King of Cups. And the King of Cups needs to become the King of Pentacles. But he has to go through the Queen in order to acquire the knowledge to even make it to the King status. And that's how the cookie crumbles. But they better wipe the counter up. Take their shoes off at the door. Humble your motherfucking ass before you walk in this door. And that's it. That's all. So Virgo, I'm loving this shit. I will see y'all next time.